All right, ready to dive deep.
Let's do it.
Today, we're tackling how companies make sure you keep coming back for more. Creating and sustaining customer value. We're dissecting an article. It's from Procure4 Marketing.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that one.
It's called Creating Value for Targeted Customers, Part 2. And it is packed with some fascinating insights.
Definitely.
We're talking personalized sneakers, the secret weapon restaurants use,
Ooh, I'm intrigued.
and how those tech giants use data to keep you hooked.
Yeah, that one's a little creepy, right?
Well, we're going to get into all of that.
It's interesting because, like, in today's market, it's not enough to offer a good product anymore.
It's so competitive.
Exactly. Companies have to constantly, elevate their offering, make it something customers can't live without.
Okay, so how do they do that? The article talks about enhancing customer value. Sounds pretty straightforward, but I'm guessing there's more to it than meets the eye.
Oh, absolutely.
So spill the beans.
One strategy is constant product and service innovation. And it's not just about adding, bells and whistles. It's about understanding what customers really want and using that to drive development.
So like tech companies that are always rolling out software updates.
Exactly. But here's the thing. Those updates aren't just about staying ahead of the competition. It's about making users feel like they're part of the process, like they're part of a community.
Interesting.
The company's saying, hey, we're listening, we're evolving to meet your needs, and that creates loyalty.
I hadn't thought about it that way. But it makes sense. It's turning a product into an experience, a relationship almost.
Exactly. And speaking of creating a more personalized experience, that's another key strategy. You know those ads that seem to know what you're thinking about buying?
Oh, yeah, those can be a little creepy. Like, how do they know that?
Right. But there's a method to the madness. Companies use data analytics to, tailor their offerings to each person.
You mean based on like our preferences and stuff?
Yeah. It goes way beyond just ads, though. Think about those websites that recommend products based on what you've bought before.
Or those websites where you can customize, like everything. I saw those sneakers where you could pick the colors, the materials, everything.
Perfect example. It's all about making the customer feel like they're getting something unique. But it goes deeper than just offering choices. True personalization is about understanding why people make those choices.
So it's not just about giving people what they want. It's about understanding why they want it.
Exactly. Creating a deeper connection with the brand.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But let's be honest. Sometimes even the coolest product can fall flat if the quality isn't there.
Oh, for sure. The article really emphasizes the importance of continuous quality improvement. You'd be surprised how many companies miss this.
So it's not enough to just have a fancy website or a great marketing campaign. The product itself has to be good.
Exactly. The article uses the example of a restaurant. Sourcing good ingredients, providing excellent service are essential. But it's more than that. It's about the entire experience, the ambiance.
Like the lighting, the music.
Exactly. The way the staff interacts with customers.
It's creating a feeling, like a mini vacation, an escape from the everyday.
That's a great way to put it. And these three strategies, innovation, personalization, and quality, they all work together to make a really compelling product.
Okay, so we've talked about how businesses enhance customer value,
Mm-hmm.
but the article doesn't stop there. It also dives into how they sustain that value, keeping customers engaged over the long haul.
Yeah, attracting new customers is one thing, but turning them into loyal fans, that's the real challenge.
That's where customer relationship management comes in, right?
Yeah.
CRM.
Exactly.
That's a bit of a buzzword these days. But I'm curious, how does the article approach it?
Well, it's not just about having a database with customer info. It's about using that data to personalize experiences. They talk about CRM systems that track everything, from your purchase history to what you do on their website, even social media.
So they're like building this complete picture of the customer.
Yeah, like a 360-degree view.
It's a little scary when you think about it.
It can be, but the article argues that this lets companies really anticipate what customers need. Imagine you get a notification from your favorite store,
Right.
and it says, hey, we noticed you've been looking at our new workout gear. We're having a sale just for you.
That's pretty cool. It feels personal,
Exactly. And it's not just sales. CRM can help with customer service, too. Imagine calling a company, and the person already knows your history, any problems you had, what you like.
Like a personal concierge. That would definitely make me feel valued.
For sure.
But what about pricing? That's a big part of customer value, right?
Huge. And the article brings up this concept called value-based pricing. It's different from the old way of just adding a markup to your costs.
So how does it work?
It flips the script. Instead of asking how much a product costs to make, they ask, how much is this worth to the customer? They're looking at the benefits, the solutions the product offers.
So a luxury car might have a higher price tag, not just because of the materials, but because of the status it gives you, the driving experience.
Right. It's about the intangible value. The article talks about a software company that charges a lot because their software saves their clients so much time and money.
So they're not just selling software, they're selling efficiency, peace of mind. I can see how that's worth more.
Exactly. But value-based pricing isn't a one-time thing. You have to keep talking to customers to understand what they value.
Because things change, right? Tastes, needs, the market.
Yeah, you got to stay in tune with that. And that's where regular market analysis comes in. It's not just about watching your competitors. It's about understanding trends, new technologies, how consumer behavior is changing.
Like they need a crystal ball?
Kinda. The article says companies need to be proactive, almost anticipate what's coming.
So if they see a trend towards, say, sustainability, they start going green before their competitors even think about it.
Exactly. Staying ahead of the curve.
But with all this talk about data, personalization, market analysis, it seems like technology plays a huge role.
Absolutely. The article talks about how companies are using technology to build stronger customer relationships. And data analytics is one of their most powerful tools.
It's true. Those targeted ads are getting smarter every day. Sometimes it feels like my phone can read my mind.
Right. But data analytics can do so much more than advertising. The article talks about using data to personalize product recommendations, to tailor website content, even to predict and prevent customer service issues.
Wow, that's amazing. But is there a risk of going too far? Becoming too intrusive?
It's a great question. The article says there's a fine line between personalization and privacy. Companies have to be honest about how they use data and give people control over their information.
Trust is so important.
Absolutely. And it's not just about data analytics. Digital platforms are huge for real-time communication. Think about social media, online forums, even reviews.
Like a constant conversation, which could be good for both sides, right?
Definitely. Companies can get feedback, address concerns, build relationships in ways they never could before.
But ultimately, it's about building a brand that lasts.
Yeah.
Right? Not just transactions, but real loyalty.
Exactly. And the article talks about aligning your brand image with what you actually do.
So walking the walk, not just talking the talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, like customers can see right through you if you don't back up your words with actions.
Exactly. The article gives an example, like a company saying they're eco-friendly but using tons of plastic.
Oh yeah, I hate that.
Right. It just makes them look bad. Consumers want authenticity.
It's like they're saying, show me, don't just tell me. I'm way more likely to support a brand that actually walks the walk.
Absolutely. And another key thing is resonating with your audience. The article talks about going beyond just basic demographics. You need to understand their needs, desires, values, all of that.
So it's not just age or income. It's like their lifestyle, what they want in life.
Yeah. Even their fears, what frustrates them. You need to get what makes them tick.
It's about creating a connection, right? More than just selling something.
Exactly. Aligning your brand with their values, their worldview.
I'm thinking of those brands that have a cult following, like those outdoor companies. They tap into this sense of adventure, being eco-conscious.
Great example. They're selling a lifestyle.
Community.
And that's powerful. It creates loyalty, word-of-mouth marketing, and it helps you stand out from the competition.
Like a protective barrier around your brand.
Exactly. And it all comes down to trust. When a brand delivers on its promises, is transparent, genuinely cares about its customers, that's when you get true loyalty.
It's like any relationship. You need time, effort, respect to make it last.
I think that's a great takeaway from this whole deep dive. Creating customer value isn't about tricks or shortcuts. It's about a genuine connection, shared values, and believing that the brand cares about you.
This has been so interesting. We've covered so much, from innovation and personalization to data and brand building. It's really made me think about the brands I'm loyal to and why.
That's what's so great about these deep dives, right? It's not just information, it's new ideas, challenging how we think.
So now we want to hear from you. What brands do you think are really good at creating customer value? What strategies do they use that work for you? Let us know in the comments. We'd love to keep talking about this. Until next time, keep diving deeper.